Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Talk Tissue. Today, we'll be talking to the marketing manager of Softex Paper Inc, Maura Sousa. Welcome, Maura, to Talk Tissue. Appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks so much. I wanted to talk to you specifically today. You're the first, I would call, converting company that's talking to us. We've been focusing a lot on suppliers, but you are more of an end user friendly company. You guys are actually manufacturing the product. So I thought it would be really important to at least reach out to you, talk to you a little bit about your capabilities. But first of all, I want to start with the history of Softx. For those people that aren't familiar with Softx, can you discuss a little bit about the history? What are the original foundings? A little bit about Softx.
Sure. Well, Softx is a family company. Paul Liu founded the company back in 1977. And basically, he was walking through another converting plant in Europe and looking at the machinery and thought, gee, something I could do. He was interested in the machines and just watching the process. So he went back, he bought a used machine, set up shop in the islands. A few years later, bought another machine, kind of expanded and grew from there. Now today we have more than 400 employees across the U.S. and the Caribbean, and we're proud to be supplying high-end paper quality.
So Maura, you mentioned that Paul Liu, who is the president of Softex Paper, so it's been about 40 years from what I read on your website that the company has been since its establishment. Was that in Curacao? I know it has something in the Caribbean.
So our flagship office is in Curacao. We also have locations in Aruba, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Florida, and South Carolina, which is where I'm based out of. Yeah, actually in 1980, when we expanded to Puerto Rico, we became the first paper converting plant on the island there. So that's something that we're really proud of to have established ourselves there.
So before that, they were importing paper from a nearby country, probably, maybe Puerto Rico.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the reasons why Paul was so interested in expanding to the Caribbean. When he was in Europe, he realized nobody was really doing what they were doing there with paper converting in the islands. So he saw a need and he sought to fill it.
Awesome. And so when does Softex land in North America? And I believe Palaca, Florida is your flagship in America.
It is, yes. In 2001, we opened shop in Palaca, Florida, which is just outside of Jacksonville. For those not familiar with Palaca, it's a tiny little town.
I love Palaca. Oh,
I have several fond memories there myself. And then in 2010, we decided to open another location in South Carolina. The demand was just growing, and we saw an opportunity to expand further.
Okay. So in Florida, what types of products are you guys manufacturing at the Florida location?
Sure. So Florida is producing toilet paper, kitchen towels, and napkins. And here in South Carolina, we're producing paper towels and napkins. I'm sorry, paper towels and toilet paper.
Paper towels and toilet paper. Yeah, no, that's fine.
For you?
Yeah. No. And so I know you guys are heavily involved in manufacturing your own labels. You're also doing private label. Can you maybe touch a little bit on that? What is your mix of products that you're making?
Sure. Yeah. So the mix of products really varies almost month to month, just based on the needs of the market. Given the popularity of toilet paper in 2020, we've been producing a lot of that lately.
So Palaca as a whole, can you provide some detail? What is the production that you're currently facing right now at Softex?
So Softx converts about 4,000 standard tons of paper a month. That's about 600,000 cases worldwide from all of our locations, with slightly more than half of that being produced in the US.
Okay, very good. And what's the private label mix to your own label? I know you guys do private label, and do you have an idea of what that might be?
In the US, we're primarily producing private label. In the Caribbean, we produce more of our own labels, which are Beginnings, Noki, Suave, and Everdry.
So as everybody knows, 2020 was a crazy year for toilet paper, and it's actually continuing on into 2021. How was 2020 for Softex? What did you guys see? What did you experience?
Well, it's so cliche at this point to say you never could have predicted this, and it was just beyond anything we ever could have imagined, but it was certainly an interesting year for us. really one for the history books. We're so proud of our employees. We're proud to be able to provide people jobs throughout this difficult time when so many people are facing layoffs, and the effort that was put in by the Softx employees and teams once they realized they were essential workers and that this was a need that we absolutely needed to fill. They really committed to all of the safety measures, making sure that they're protecting themselves and their employees. And we just really cannot be prouder of our production staff. They really rallied around everyone for this time. And we're so grateful to them for getting us through 2020 and, you know, keeping the world well supplied in toilet paper tissue.
Yeah, well, that's really great to hear that the industry really stepped up. That's something that I continually mention, is that the industry really was put on I guess the spotlight was being shown on the industry as a whole. And I gotta say that I think as a whole the industry performed really well, and most of the news that's out there for the industry has been very, very positive. So it's companies like yours and many other companies around the world that have really made the tissue industry stand out and bring a really positive light to a rather horrible year in most cases for most people.
It helped us really streamline and light a fire under us to follow through with our efficiency initiatives as well. We were already running 24/7. So as more and more orders kept coming in and they were asking for more production, it wasn't like we could just, you know, add on an extra shift and increase in that way. You know, Six Sigma and lean engineering, those principles became so important to us as we looked for ways to find every little extra hour that we could to max out the production that was so badly needed. You know, our team rallied together. We really cut down on how long changeovers take. We're extremely strategic on when and how we do changeovers, and the efforts put in by the production staff has just been more than we could have hoped for. They've been absolutely fantastic. We could never have done it without them.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point that you bring up, that you were already operating 24/7. So to increase your capacity, really, you had to bring in new machinery, but you guys didn't need to do that necessarily. You were looking at other ways to improve your efficiency within your already sold out capacity mode. So it really made you guys expand your capabilities, made you really look deeper within to improve your situation and increase production.
We did get lucky because, I mean, realistically, you know, to add a new line, you don't do that in a month. That takes, you know, years of planning. You got to get the machinery here, get it installed, make sure the building's laid out. Thankfully, even before 2020, the demand was growing. So we were already in the process of increasing our capacity. Florida just added a new tissue and paper line. Florida just added a new toilet paper and kitchen towel line. That's going to add about 100,000 cases a month additionally that we can increase our capacity by. And yeah, it is. It's exciting news for us, especially and just keeps coming. So that'll have a huge impact for us. And then by April 2021, we'll be adding a napkin line to the Palatka facility as well.
Wow, that's incredible. That's good to hear that there's growth happening at Softx as well. So thanks, Maura. Thanks so much for your time. So how do people get a hold of you, or how do people get a hold of Softx? Do you want to lead them in a certain direction to get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can always reach out through us through our website, softexpaper.com. There's a contact us page that you can reach out to, and it will also give you the option to reach out for the location that interests you if you're looking to partner in the Caribbean or the US.
So Maura, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you sharing a little bit about the history of Softx and some of your challenges that you faced in 2020. And it sounds like there's a lot of exciting things happening at Softx, especially the new machinery that will be being installed at the Florida facility. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything you want to say to the public listening in the tissue industry?
Thank you so much for your time. It was a real pleasure speaking with you today, and glad to get the Softx name out there. I really believe in this company. I'm proud to be a part of the Softx family, and we're always looking for ways to improve and grow. And if there's a way that we can partner with other companies to improve their business as well, we're glad to do so.
Oh, that's great to hear. And I love Softx. I'm hoping the best for Softx in 2021. Thanks again for doing this, and I appreciate your time.